Alright guys, it's time for Naruto Gaiden.
Whoop whoop.
Yep, and so we nearly forgot to record this, so.
Yep.
Anyway, this
Not because
episode.
it's bad, but because
No.
Toriko.
Yeah, because we got sidetracked with Toriko and One Piece, but what else is new? Um,
So, how did this chapter fare this week? Well, I don't know. What do you think?
I would say. I've never had a good or bad rating for these chapters. It's just they're all interesting, I guess, in their own way.
Yeah.
Um, I don't. I have a slight problem with the villain right now, and it's not for anything that Kishimoto did. It's just the fact that Uchiha Shin shares the same fucking name as Detective Shin.
I know. I was like, wait a minute. I remember when I read that, I was like, Shin. I'm like, wait a minute. Shin? Isn't that already a character in the series? Because I'm like, Shin, Shin, Shin. I'm like,
I don't think so.
no, but I mean, because you've been releasing so many chapters of it recently, the name's in my head. So I'm like, when I heard Shin, I'm like, wait a minute. Name's too
Right.
familiar, so it has to like. I was like, wait a minute, I'm trying to rack my brain. Who's this Shin? Like, there has to be a character already named Shin because I feel like we've been, dealt with a character named Shin already,
Right.
and that's not even the main villain because his father's the main villain.
Yeah. Who a lot of people are saying is Shisui, but I don't
Or
know.
Orochimaru.
The reason they're
Since
saying Shisui is because of the stitches, because he lost his one eye. Well, he lost both eyes, but that's besides the point.
and both his eyes are gone,
Yeah.
so a lot of people are like, oh, it's Orochimaru in another body plus because he had this because it looks like that eye Sharingan was stitched in.
Yeah.
However, my one problem with that theory is the fact that it doesn't make any sense. We've seen them exchange eyes like it's nothing. So
Hmm.
why would someone have to go to that measure to do that?
Guess he just doesn't have a good medic.
I mean, well, I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
It's just who knows.
I have no idea, but that's just what people are saying. Is that a lot of people are saying it's Shisui, but I I I hope not. It'll just be another Obito, basically,
Yeah.
because there's no reason for Shisui to be bad at all.
No, especially since he's already been confirmed to be dead.
Yeah.
And it's definite confirmation because they found his body,
Yeah.
which I guess shouldn't actually mean anything in the Naruto verse because they can friggin' fake cadavers. But why would he want to fake his own death?
Right.
I mean, I can understand that if he still had his eye, but he
Yeah.
gave it away before he died.
Exactly.
So it kind of sort of wouldn't make any sense.
Hmm. I
It
don't know,
just
but there's obviously Orochimaru. He's always a looming threat anywhere because he's Orochimaru and knows
and we still
everything.
don't, and we don't have any clue as to what he's been up to since the end of the war.
Uh huh. Yeah, I thought it was interesting how Sarada and Chocho were able to kind of move in such a way that they're sort of putting a fight. Although I don't suspect that Shin was going anywhere near all out because he probably wouldn't have expected much out of like
That
12-year-old kids.
well, yeah, they're not even getting it. But saying that, they are definitely more impressive than the previous generation at that point.
Absolutely, except for Sasuke, but yeah.
We didn't see what Sarada was completely capable of.
Yeah.
But it's also worth noting that yes, she didn't have any time with her Uchiha dad to learn any of his jutsu. Whereas at least he learned the fireball jutsu from Sasuke had enough time with his family to learn the fireball jutsu.
Right.
And had Kakashi teach him the Chidori. So with her, uh, she didn't have anybody. Because what would her mother teach her?
Um,
Medical jutsu. And
how
she
to
doesn't.
talk. How to talk in. I guess she taught her how to talk because she has the same speech
I'm
thing.
ta- yeah, I know. I'm talking about like in terms of jutsu.
um,
Would have to be the whole thing about the strengthening with the whole freaking super strong punches, with the
yeah,
chakra, and maybe some medical jutsu.
maybe.
Most likely. As to whether or not Sarada is going to attempt her mother's diamond forehead technique, who knows?
I don't know. We'll see what route she goes.
Well, remember, it's presumed that there's going to be possibly a combination of their parents,
Hmm.
possibly. Meaning, we might see in Boruto the movie, since that's going to be a tuning exam, possibly a, Sarada with not only the diamond on her forehead, but, Sharingan.
Yeah,
Three-pronged Sharingan. Whereas Boruto might pull out some friggin' Byakugan.
yeah,
Because even though he doesn't have the Hyuga-looking eyes that look like they're friggin' white, have friggin' like a white sheet over their eyes,
hmm,
like, he still has Hyuga blood in him, so she should have Byakugan.
yeah. I think so.
I mean,
At
I
least
mean,
one of them should at least get it.
well, I mean, Himawari is definitely gonna get it because she has the eyes. She has her
Hmm.
mother's eyes, so obviously she's gonna have a Byakugan because.
Well, they're not
But,
white like the rest, but they're similar enough, I think.
but with Naruto, with Boruto's eyes, they're modeled after. They're more like his father's.
Right,
So it's presumed that well, that must mean he won't have the Byakugan. Well, it doesn't matter. He's still a Hyuga,
right.
whether or not his last name is Hyuga.
Yeah,
He's still a Hyuga. And even though Naruto went by Uzumaki, which was his mother's name, well, he's also whatever his father's clan is known for too.
Namikaze.
Yeah, so whatever they are known for,
Right.
he's probably was. I mean, they never really explored that part.
Yeah, he might not even have been in a clan at all. He'd just been himself with a small family, and that's it. Because
Or no?
I don't think the Harunos were a clan either.
Well, obviously, because she wasn't forced. She didn't have any family jutsu to learn.
Right. If they were a clan, they probably got it basically extinct a long time ago.
Well, it could have been a small, like, they could be part, like, one of those smaller clans that don't really specialize in anything. Because, I mean, there was a lot of, obviously, had to be a lot of there was a lot of clans.
Yeah, I was just kidding, but you know,
Well, no, I mean,
I know.
just like there's small towns and big cities,
Uh huh.
there's large clans and there's small clans. So,
Yeah. So, what else
but,
happened in this chapter? I mean, I think it was kind of funny how Chocho thought that Mitsuki was hitting on her just by saying we need to talk.
nope, you can't read in between the lines, Chocho.
No.
They're having a lover spat slash father daddy issues spat
Uh huh.
because it's becoming more and more obvious that Sarada has a crush on Boruto.
Mhm.
Because as we all know, with Hinata and her infatuation with Naruto, it started out as, oh, he's a nice boy, he helped me out, and didn't make fun of me when I was a little girl, and that that admiration for how he was a good person turned into love.
Right.
In Sarada's case, it's starting out as envy because she is envious of him because he has his parents, yet he's complaining about it.
Hmm.
So, like that fascination slash envy is going to turn to love, I feel,
Uh huh.
because it's becoming more and more hinted.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you
We'll see
know,
what actually happens though, because
probably
if it
not.
lasts that long,
Well, most likely we might like. It looks like obviously as we already know, Boruto the movie looks like it's gonna be the tuning exams, and from what we've seen so far, it looks like it's the new Team Seven is gonna be Boruto, Sarada, and friggin' Toneri. I mean Mitsuki, what's it? Whatever his name is, friggin'
Mitsuki.
Mitsuki. There you go. I was friggin' thinking Mitsuguni, which is friggin' Boron.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Freaking Sakata Gentoki's son from Gintama.
so it's looking like that. So it's possible that maybe like either at the end of the Boruto or this Naruto Gaiden or the Boruto the movie, there might be like a scene similar, like they basically said, where they kind of hold hands, kind of implying that they're together or they
Right.
get together. Like kind of similar, I feel, if for those of you who have actually read it, the ending of Soul Eater. So, needless to say, that's because how much more can you really do with the short amount of time that they're giving the miniseries and a movie? Unless Kishimoto decides to add, make the if they do a Naruto Gaiden anime or call it Boruto or whatever that he decides okay I'm gonna give them canon story to put into the anime or something because that could also be very well possible. But I mean, like I said, it couldn't even if they were no matter how much extra content they put in there, whether Kishimoto has it canon or not, how much really trouble could they get into that wouldn't be able to be dealt with by the gods of the verse? So, in retrospect, it's going to be pretty much well. It's going to be most likely, probably similar. Like it'll be like I guess normal ninja issues, I guess, and you know, kind of like actually, now that I think about it, it's probably going to be like any other anime or manga because when you think about it, the protagonist, seem to get in trouble like, oh, there's powerful people that they can't handle, and they have to struggle to overcome them. But it's like, well, where are all these other people in the verse that are obviously far stronger? They're doing other stuff. That's basically what's going to happen. Is freaking who, which is again why I kind of sort of don't think that even though in the trailer for Boruto the movie it seems like Sasuke is going to be training, either Sarada or Boruto or whatever. I don't think that he's actually going to be like their team leader because if the team ever got into trouble, Sasuke would be able to deal with it immediately. No, because I mean, if it's like for there to be real conflict, they'd have to be in serious danger and have to seriously struggle to overcome the enemy. But it would be pointless if Sasuke is there to just wipe them out. Yeah, but Kakashi wasn't a god of the verse. What was it? No, oh yeah, that against those ninja. No, but I'm talking about like in the case of the fact that nobody can even come close. Suppose presume that nobody can come close to Sasuke or Naruto's power, especially after all these years. So the fact is that any enemy that is out of their league would be immediately wiped out by Sasuke if he's their team leader. So it would make no sense. That's why I feel like okay, he might be more of a Jiraiya and like teach them or one of them or both of them or all of them, but won't be their team leader. Like for all we know, team leader can be freaking Konohamaru. But it would have to be somebody who's not so strong that they would just destroy everything. It'd have to be. No, Sakura's not leaving the village. I can tell you that. And I highly doubt. I mean, I don't like. I like if anything, it would probably be someone from like one of the previous generation that we already knew about. It's not gonna be just some random ninja. I feel like it's gonna be somebody we already know and love. But as to who, I don't know because I mean I don't obviously right off the bat I can tell you it's not gonna be Lee because he doesn't know any jutsu. He can't lead a team. I mean yeah he can teach him taijutsu, but he's not a Jonin. He can't become a Jonin because he does can't use ninjutsu or genjutsu unless Naruto friggin' changed the rules. Yeah, but he still wouldn't be able to teach them jutsu, ninjutsu or genjutsu, which they need. Who knows? But then again, it still isn't. I mean, I guess you could say that that's true because that would, because the only non-taijutsu move he used was the summoning, and it would kind of explain, obviously, I mean, how else would you explain him being able to help Tintin and Neji further themselves? Because he had most, except for Tenten, whose ninjutsu specialty was basically, summoning weapons to fight with taijutsu. So, yeah, that's what make. So, a team that would focus mostly on ninjutsu and genjutsu wouldn't be good for Lee. Oh, well, which then brings actually that does bring back the question. Maybe Sakura's family did have a specialty because remember she had good chakra control and good genjutsu skills. So she had combined with Uchiha-ness, should have amazing genjutsu skills. And I could see, Naruto being more of a taijutsu type fighter was, obviously, because I don't know. I guess I don't know. Who knows? Because we don't even know what this other guy, if he ends up being their teammate, can do. Yeah, but we still don't know what he's gonna do, what he's capable of, like what type of he uses, what fighting style does he do? Like, is he going to be a genjutsu type, a taijutsu type, a ninjutsu type, or is he going to be like some, like, okay, I'm a middle ground person. I'm equally good at all of them. We don't know. So he might be like a tactical type, maybe. Like his jutsu's more focused around like maybe espionage and tacticianary skills, whereas Sarada will have a combination of genjutsu, sensory, with a little bit of medical, because now ever since Tsunade became Hokage, every female in the village seems to learn some form of medical ninjutsu, which made sense. Which is why it was weird that it was never the case before that at least one team member knows medical. Which then again might then go back to the intelligent type. Maybe he might know, like, be an intelligent tactician, and maybe ends up being their medical ninja, whereas Sarada's their sensory genjutsu type, and then maybe Naruto's their up close and personal, like, ninjutsu taijutsu mixed type fighter, like his father was. But since apparently, you know, who knows how long before we find out, because friggin' this series is becoming more and more about Sarada by the chapter. So, but overall, the chapter was interesting. I mean, I think we pretty much covered everything. Naruto came to save the day and was like, "Oh, it's you, person that Sasuke was talking, my Sasuke-kun was talking about." So, and it was also confirmed that he knew he was being watched at the gate, and he knew immediately that those same presences were following him, because he decided to chase after his Sasuke-kun in Sage mode. Which, so, which I didn't remember seeing him using Sage mode at the end of the last chapter. Of course, then again, he was probably using the Juby, no, not Juby, the QB to absorb it quickly. Since in the war, when he finally decided to allow himself to merge, when he was finally able to merge the Sage mode with his Tail Beast mode, he found out apparently with the QB's power, he can absorb natural energy 1,000 times, like an insanely amount faster. So he probably was able to instantly go into. Actually, he probably, with the fact that he's his six pass power and the fact that he has all or all of the nine tailed beasts, he could probably go instantly into Sage mode, like he can with his Biju mode. So I wouldn't be surprised at that, because Naruto again is one of the two gods of the verse, which is exactly why, again, I don't think they're going to be involved in the teams and involved in any of their conflicts, because it would end them too quickly. And Naruto is only left the village because of Sasuke and this whole interesting development. And the fact that Sasuke is going to be, like I said, he's going to be like Jiraiya. He's going to come into the village every once in a while, train them for a little bit, and then go away for a bit. Once he actually decides to come back to the village, which should be soon, because they said at the end of the last chapter that, or 2 chapters ago, in the very first chapter of this Naruto Gaiden that it was Sasuke's homecoming. So presumably, and the reason why I feel that's even more the case is because guess what? The name of this chapter was what Chance Encounter 1. Meaning next week, Chance Encounter 2 might be Sasuke coming in. And she, by chance, meets her father. Because, I mean, it's just necessary. Yeah. I'm also rooting for her to get her Sharingan soon. But unfortunately, Naruto had to butt in. Honestly, that would have been a perfect moment, too. In the fight against him, for her to unlock her Sharingan. Because, just she that way, then that would mean she would unlock it the same way her father did to protect her friend. Which is also the same thing with Obito. It seems to be that of the Uchiha we've learned, of the out of all the Uchiha we've seen, and out of all the ones we've seen them, like for the ones we've actually seen how they unlock the Sharingan, all of them have been to protect their friends. All Sasuke. No, he unlocked it to protect his friend Naruto. No, he doesn't unlock his Sharingan in during the massacre.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Strider Zero. Um, this is obviously after the recording. As you could, as I noted on the video, you could tell that my mic cut out at a certain point. It's just some hardware problems. So I'm just gonna briefly talk about what we were talking about at the end was the whole Uchiha massacre thing. How Sasuke actually awakened his Sharingan at 8 when during the massacre, and then we gave it the rating, I think, or something like that. Um, I guess some basic things I wanted to say about the chapter is, you know, it seems like Shin may end up becoming a rival type of character for um, Sarada, Bolt, and everybody else, but I guess we'll see because it's not set in stone yet. It's not really like that foreshadowed, but I think Shin may end up being the villain of um, Bolt the movie. We'll see. Um, that could be the case, or he could just be the villain of him and his father, quote unquote. Could be just be the villain of the miniseries and not the movie. There could be a new villain for the movie. It's hard to tell at this point. There are only 3 chapters, not too much revealed yet, but that's just some speculation for me. I thought overall the chapter was interesting, not necessarily good or bad. I just don't really have a rating for it. So, yeah, see you guys next week.